Hi, today we are going to discuss about drain to source current IDSS versus VDS relationship. So the reference textbook for this topic is Douglas A. Pucknall, Kamran Ishragian, Basic VLSI Design. The textbook can be useful to you for your reference. So now let us discuss about this IDSS versus VDSS relationship in MOSFET and metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So here the concept MOS is about to evolve from the use of voltage on the gate to induce charge in the channel between source and drain, so which may then be caused to move from source to drain under the influences of electric field created by the VDS applied between drain and source. So therefore the charge induced is dependent on the gate to source voltage, and the IDS will depend upon VGS and VDS. So what he is saying is the use of voltage on the gate to induce a charge between source and drain. So concept is all about use of voltage on gate to induce charge in the channel between source and drain. So our concept is this one, and if you see this NMOS transistor picture here, where the dimensions represents W represents the width of the polysilicon, and L represents the length of the polysilicon, D implies the thickness of silicon dioxide, and there are two diffusions. If you see here, these are the two end diffusions. One can act like source and another is acting like a drain over here. So let us discuss about these NMOS transistor behavior in saturation mode as well as in non-saturated mode, and also we need to find out their electrical characteristics mathematically from equational point of view. We are going to study in this video. So first one is the electrons which are flowing from source to drain. So when the when the electrons are going to flow between source and drain, when VDS is at a finite value, am I right? So when there is a voltage between source and drain, definitely when there is a voltage between drain to source, definitely there will be a free flow of current between drain and source. So the point here written is that one. So the electrons which are flowing from source to drain causes a current, that will cause a current. So the current electrons flowing from source to drain causes a current. So whenever the electrons moving from source to drain causing current, if you want to consider that current as electron current or a conventional current, the electron current is considered as minus SD and conventional current is considered as minus IDS. I repeat, the electrons which are flowing from source to drain causes a current. That current is electron current, and that is represented with minus ISD, and the conventional current is represented with IDS. So we need to consider the conventional current. Conventional current is nothing but opposite to the direction of electrons. So that's the reason I taken from drain to source, opposite to the direction of electrons. Here the direction is between from source to drain. So conventional current direction is drain to source, opposite. So that's the reason IDS is nothing but minus ISD. So from our basic formulae, so recollect our basic electrical formulas. We know that the charge formula Q is equal to I into T, which you have studied in your earlier semesters. So from this equation, can I write I is equal to Q by T? So the same thing I have written here. IDS is equal to Q by T. So where Q is the charge induced in the channel QC, and T implies the electron transit time. Electron transit time. Okay, consider this as equation number 1. Now the transit time T is equal to length by velocity. So this is also a basic formula of our physics. Okay, velocity is equal to length by time. Rate of change of displacement is velocity. Rate of change of length is velocity. So from that point of view, I have written this formula: transit time tau SD is equal to length of the channel by velocity. Now I am taking this as equation number 2. and also recollect our electronic devices and circuits, PN junctions. In PN junctions, we studied about the mobility of electrons, mobility of holes, everything else. So from that point of view, recollect the formula, velocity V is equal to mu into EDS. So this is also the basic formula from EDC, electronic devices and circuits. PN junction diode mobility. So velocity V is equal to mu into EDS. So consider it as equation number 3, where here mu implies the mobility of electron or hole and EDS implies the electric field. So what electric field implies? So electric field EDS is nothing but VDS by L. So this is also some basic formula. Consider this as equation 4. So these 4 equations will be very important in calculating our saturation currents as well as non-saturated currents. Right. Next, velocity V is equivalent to mu into VDS by L. How velocity became mu into VDS by L? Simply I am substituting in the place of VDS by L. So by substituting VDS by L in EDS, our formula velocity becomes V is equal to mu into VDS by L. Now consider it as equation number 5. Now substitute this equation number 5 in equation number 2. Equation number 2. Then the resultant tau SD looks like L square by mu into VDS. So this is the equation you remember. You remember this equation. Now let us discuss about non-saturated region of operation of MOSFET in mathematical analysis or equational analysis. So here in non-saturated mode, two voltages are going to exist. So with that two voltages only, the transistor works in two modes of operation. One is saturation mode, second one is non-saturating. We are studying about non-saturation. Under non-saturation, recollect our previous videos. Under non-saturation, two conditions of voltages we have to give. First one is VGS should be greater than VD. VGS should be greater than VD. Why we are increasing that VGS greater than threshold voltage means to exist a channel between source and drain, VGS should be greater than VD. That is the first point for non-saturated condition. And second point is VDS should be less than or equal to VGS minus VT. That is the second condition. Am I right? So in non-saturated region mode of operation, two voltage conditions should be considered. So the first one is VGS should be greater than VT. What that VGS is greater than VT implies, to exist a channel between source and drain, the VGS should be greater than VD is the first point. Second one is VDS should be less than VGS minus VT. So two voltages applied. So one is VGS greater than VT, next one is VDS less than VGS minus VT, that is some finite value. So since non-saturated region means a linear operation, so under this region of operation only the transistor will act like an amplifier. So under this linear condition, linear with the distance, okay, under this linear condition, so it has two voltages. The channel develops two voltages in the non-saturated region. In the non-saturated region, it acts like a linear mode. Linear mode, it acts like an amplifier. Linear mode means an amplifier. So in that the channel exists two voltages. It exists two voltages. So first voltage is effective voltage VGS minus VT is the first voltage, and also it generates a average value of voltage VDS by 2. So it exists two voltages in the channel under non-saturated mode of operation or linear mode of operation. The channel exists two voltages. One is VGS minus VT and second one is VDS by 2. So do remember these 2 points. We will discuss that in the next slides. So before that, first of all, the charge formula Q is equal to C into some V is our charge formula. Here the charge Q is equal to, from here I taken EG Eg means nothing but V by L. V by L. Next, epsilon A by D. Epsilon A by D is capacitance. Here, do remember that I am writing here something else. Q is equal to C into V is our formula. Let us say I am taking charge Q is equal to some C into V. So I am expanding this one. Q is equal to C into C. We know the capacitance formula is epsilon O, epsilon total, this one epsilon into A by D is our basic formula of capacitance. So this is epsilon naught, area means length into width, A by D should be there here. So but here E is there, but in the previous formula we studied E is equal to VDS by L. If we substitute here, then it becomes capacitance C, capacitance C, C into E total by L. Can I write like this? Okay. Why? In the place of V, I am writing E by L here. So similarly, E by L is there. So epsilon WL by L, this total looks like capacitance. The same thing has written here. Charge Q is equal to, from this equation he written charge Q is equal to this capacitance C into V voltage in the terms of electric field. Now if you convert this charge in terms of unit per area, then the total equation looks like this: Eg into epsilon epsilon insulation into relative free space permittivity, epsilon naught. Consider this as equation number 7. Okay, what I did here is, first charge, how this formula came means it existed from the formula C into V. So if you elaborate this one, we will get this formula. So charge per, this is charge per unit area. If you divide with unit area, means by WL, WL cancels, then the resultant will be this one, Eg into epsilon insulating as insulation as well as free space permittivity. So this is all about equation number 7. Next, in going to the next slide, Eg. So the effective gate voltage Eg is is developed with the help of two voltages. So I said now here, the two in the channel is generating two IR drops. One is VGS minus VT, second one is VDS by 2. Here why I have written Eg as V by D, since we know the formula, EDS is equal to VDS by L. In the place of L I am substituting D here. Okay, in the place of L I have substituted D. In the place of V I am substituting VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. Why VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 means? Why means this non-saturated region channel IR drop is due to VGS minus VT as well as VDS by 2. So if you subtract VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2, therefore the effective voltage drop across the channel is going to exist. So that's the reason Eg is equal to VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D came into existence. So I repeat here, Eg is nothing but V by L is our formula. E is equal to electric field, E is equal to V by L. So in the place of L, since L is a linear dimension and D oxide thickness is also linear dimension, so that's why I taken D here in the place of L. In the place of V, I taken VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. Y means the voltage drop across the channel is due to VGS Here the channel voltage drop is due to VGS minus VT and VDS by 2. So that's the reason I've written here as VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. So the two voltage is going to exist at the channel. One is VGS minus VT and second one is VDS by 2. Average voltage as well as effective gate voltage. So I am sorry, the total voltage becomes VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2. So consider this as equation number 9. Now substitute this equation number 9 in 7. So where is 7? So this is our 7th equation. Now substitute equation number 9, this one in equation number 7. In the place of Eg substitute VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D. Then the resultant looks like this. QC is equal to epsilon insulating, epsilon free space permittivity, WL by D into VGS minus VT minus VDS by D. So in the place of Eg, so here, sorry, in the place of Eg, I am substituting this Eg, simply this one only. So substituting equation 9 in, sorry, not 7, substituting equation 9 in equation number 8, substituting equation 9 in equation number 8, this one. Then the resultant is QC is equal to epsilon insulating into epsilon WL by D into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D. This is considered as equation number 10. Now substitute equation 10 in equation 1 and 6. Where is equation number 1? So this is equation number 1 and equation number 6. So from the usage of this equation number 1 as well as from the 6, from the usage of this 1 and 6, the resultant IDS becomes like this. So where it is IDS is equal to QC by T. So we calculated QC. So I substituted QC here by T. T means tau HD is 6th equation. By substituting both the equations, we will get this result. IDS is equal to epsilon insulating into epsilon into mu into W into D by DL into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D into VDS. Consider this as equation number 11. IDS is equal to K into W by L into VGS minus VDS by 2 by D into VDS. Okay, how this K came into existence? In the place of epsilon mu D. So here I substituted K in the place of epsilon mu D. So in the place of epsilon mu and D, I substituted K here. So that the minor thing changed. So that is considered as equation number 12. Next, consider this KWL as beta. Then that resultant IDS is equal to beta into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D into VDS. So this is 13th equation. Okay. Now we are studying all these as non-saturated one. Non-saturated means VDS is less than VGS minus VT. Okay, VGS minus VT. So here the capacitance is epsilon WL by D. Formula epsilon WL means area by D. So if you see this equation, from this equation, this is epsilon, this is W, sorry, this one. From this equation, epsilon WL by D. Q is equal to, this is epsilon WL by D means this is C and this is voltage. Q is equal to C into V. So the capacitance written here is epsilon WL by D. From this equation, Q is equal to, this is C. Epsilon A by D is the basic capacitor formula. This is total epsilon. In the area, WL is there. In the place of D is there here. So this total acts like a capacitor and this is a voltage. So Q is equal to C into V is a basic formula. So can I write this C as epsilon WL by D? So that thing as written here. Gate capacitance as epsilon WL by D. To convert this gate capacitance into oxide capacitances, so gate capacitance into oxide capacitances, then it becomes C naught, C gate capacitance Cg is equal to C naught into W into L. So substitute this equation 16 in this equation number 15, then the resultant IDSS looks C naught into mu into W by L into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D into VDS. So this is our resultant saturation current voltage in terms of capacitor. Or otherwise, if you are not supposed to do with the help of capacitor, so we can stop at this point, or otherwise you can stop at this point itself. You can stop at this point itself. Now, why I am calculating means, if anyone asks about the drain to saturation current with the help of capacitor, I realized all those things. So that is the thing you have to be remembered. So this is all about the drain to saturation IDSS current under non-saturated region or linear mode of operation. Next, in going to the saturation mode. Here in saturation mode, the average voltage VDS by 2 will not going to exist. Only the voltage existed here is VGS minus VT. Okay, so the same thing as written here. The saturation begins when VDS is equivalent to VGS minus VT or VDS greater than VGS minus VT. So since at this point the IR drop in the channel equal to the effective gate to channel voltage at the drain, and we may assume that the current remains fairly constant as VDS is increasing. When you increase that VDS, the current remains constant. So that's the reason I am taking the initial value. Initial means VDS is equivalent to VGS minus VT is also saturation, or VDS is greater than VGS minus VT is also saturation. So among these 2 points, so I am taking VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. I repeat, saturation mode, in saturation mode means when VDS is equivalent to VGS minus VT and VDS is greater than VGS minus VT. So under the 2 conditions, the transistor will be in saturation. But for easily understanding, I am considering VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. So the same equations which we realized in the non-saturated mode, in the place of VDS by 2, we take over, we remove this component. Definitely we will get the drain current IDS is equal to K into W by L into VGS minus VT whole square by 2, where we realized this formula here. IDS is equal to K into W by L into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D into VDS. So here VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Here is there na, VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Now substitute here. Now substitute in the place of VDS, substitute VGS minus VT. In the place of VDS, substitute VGS minus VT. Then we will get IDS is equal to K into W by L into VGS minus VT whole square by 2. So KW by L total is considered as beta. So IDS is equal to beta by 2 into VGS minus VT whole square. So if you want in terms of capacitance, this is our formula. Now let us discuss about some comparison of N-channel MOSFET region of operations in equation modes. So when the transistor is under cutoff mode, when VGS is less than or equal to threshold voltage, it will be in cutoff state. When it is in linear or non-saturated mode, VGS greater than VT and VDS less than or equal to VGS minus VT. So we derived the formula this one. IDS is equal to mu into C W by L into VGS minus VT VDS into VDS minus VDS square by 2. Where we realize this one? Here. IDS is equal to C mu W by L VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 by D into VDS. So the same thing is written here. Okay, in the saturation mode, when it goes to saturation mode, when VGS is greater than VT and VDS is greater than VGS minus VT. So this is our formula. In saturation, square term existed. VDS will not be there in saturation, but in linear VDS will be there. Okay, thank you very much.